So if you want things to go in a positive way, you need to start saying things that are positive. You need to start thinking things about yourself that are positive so that you can start pushing your way in that direction. Because what you speak out loud, and this is the truth, what you speak out loud is what you will be. What you think is what you will get. And how is that possible? I'm going to tell you how it's possible. You zoned in on it. How many of you are aware that the things you think or say can affect your life tremendously? How many of you are actually aware that there is power in your tongue and in your thoughts? I'm going to give you some examples of that. Say, for instance, I'm having a weight issue, and I know that I need to lose some weight for my health and my well-being. But because my family has always been overweight, I have chosen to think the thoughts that I will always have a weight problem. So I speak it to myself. Every time I attempt to exercise, and then afterwards, a couple of days go by, I look at the scale and I can see that it hasn't budged too much. And the first thing I say is, I am never going to lose weight. That's one example. And let's say, for instance, my family or everyone I've always known has always struggled. They've struggled their whole lives. No one has ever been financially free. No one has ever done anything that they've set out to do. There's always been some sort of struggle. So I've set it in my mind, because of what I've seen, because of the environment that I grew up around, that I am never going to be any more than what they are. I'm never going to become anything that I choose to be, because I just know. Look at what's going on. These are prime examples of how you can sabotage your own life based off of your own thoughts and the things that you tell yourself. So if you want things to go in a positive way, you need to start saying things that are positive. You need to start thinking things about yourself that are positive so that you can start pushing your way in that direction. Because what you speak out loud, and this is the truth, what you speak out loud is what you will be. What you think is what you will get. And how is that possible? I'm going to tell you how it's possible. You zoned in on it. You decided this is going to be your destiny. You bought into that. So you purchased that for a little of nothing, because it don't take much to think a negative thing about ourselves. You bought a frame for it and you set it up on the shelf. Now every time you come in that room and you walk past that shelf, you look at that negative frame that you have every single day. If you don't think about it every day, maybe you put it in a drawer. You have just decided that this is going to be, and there's no other way around it. That is because you have talked yourself into not realizing that those things are indeed false. They're not true. You need to change how you think and how you feel about yourself, and you need to start talking to yourself, because a lot of us, we do that. When you do, you need to say positive things, and you need to start changing the trajectory of your life. It does ring true when they say you are what you say you are. Let's say, for instance, going back to my first example of losing weight. You know you need to lose weight, but you've decided in your head that I am never going to be able to lose weight. Then guess what? You won't. Why? Because you've set it in stone and you've just decided to sit there on it. Therefore, you don't make any moves. And there are different reasons as to why a person could need to lose weight now. So I'm not pointing the fingers at people, because we all have our own personal struggles. This is just a prime example of how the power of the tongue and the mind will affect you. If you have a medical condition, or you think it may be medical, then set a doctor's appointment. If you're lazy, then get up. If you can't afford to go to the gym, then buy you some equipment. Start out with some light weights. Use the furniture. Use body weight. Do whatever you have to do to lose it if that's what you want to do. But don't just decide that I can't, and so you tell yourself these things. And because you tell yourself these things, it doesn't take long until you really go to believing everything you say as being true. But is it? I do have PDFs on dmichelle.com that will help you get up off the couch and get you moving. Because I've been there, seen that, done all of that, which is why I'm talking about it today. Now let's go to the second one. My family has always struggled. My friends have always struggled. You know what? Sometimes we can let an environment that we were brought up in or the things that we have seen choose for us what we're going to become in our future. And is that right? Of course it's not. You have decided that this is how it's going to be. You know, I've even had people tell me that. They say things like, Deidre, what are you doing with yourself? What have you been doing in the last couple of years? I haven't seen you. And then when I tell them, they're like, okay, well, I sure wish that was me. Or they'll say something like, you know what? If only I could, but I don't know nothing about all of that. You know what? No. If that's not your choice, then change it. Don't just decide that this is what's going to happen based off of what someone else has been doing, based off of what you've seen around you, when you know that it's not how you want your life to go. And why would you even set that in your mind to even utter those words? No, this is not your trajectory. This was someone else's. That was their life. That was their journey. This is yours. Let me tell you something. We all have to put on our pants one leg at a time. We all are human beings and we make our own choices. So to be positive as much as you possibly can about yourself is all that you need to do to start heading in the right path. Just be a little positive. Start practicing every day and watch things start to change for you. Sometimes we got to do whatever it takes to change our lives. Take a class. Get some sort of training. Chase whatever dream you need to chase. Decide on what goals you want to meet and go after them. But never let your environment and what people around you are doing determine what your life is going to be. Do not speak negative things about yourself, because once again, you are what you say that you are. So don't set yourself up for that sort of thing to happen. Keeping all negative thoughts out of your head as much as you can. And when you do speak out loud, speak positive things about yourself. Keep away from negativity and negative people. So how many times have you decided to do something and you went out and you did just that? How many times? Think about it. How many times did you say, you know what, I want such and such, or I need to do such and such, and you powerhouse through it, and you got out there and you did it and you made it happen? How did it happen? Well, let's talk about how it happened. Because you thought of it. You really wanted it, took a step, and you made it happen. Whatever it was. A new job, a new car, a house, a new relationship, whatever it was, your determination is what made it happen. And it wasn't about being negative at all. It was about having positive thinking and deciding that this is what I'm going to do. Take away the negative power from your mouth. When you find yourself thinking negative, erase that thought. Just get rid of it. This is what I do. And you know, out of the blue, sometimes negative thoughts will just hit your mind and you have to just shake it off and be like, not today, Satan. That's exactly what I do. I be like, not today. I don't even know where that thought came from. What happened? But you know, our mind, sometimes it'll just go to the left and we got to bring that thing back, especially when we have things that we want to do. But you got out there and you got exactly what it was you wanted. And this is because you believed it. You believed in yourself. You believed that you can make it happen, and you did. And all of that comes from what? Positive thinking. Huh? If you don't talk to yourself, I don't know, but they say all geniuses talk to themselves. A lot of people won't admit that they do, and sometimes in order for me to get from one thing to the next, when I'm really doing something that's important to me, I have to talk that thing through. And they call it talk to yourself, but I call it analyzing aloud. And as far as other people are concerned, well, people have always told me such and such and such, and people have always said such and such and such about me, and they got me feeling some sort of way. People done said this, and people done, who cares? Dismiss them. Get away from people who make you feel negative about yourself. Get away from people who say negative things about you. If you can't brush it off when someone says something, and you don't have the strength to just walk away and be like, you know what, I forgive them because they not know what they say, then you may need to get rid of those people. Because a lot of people are worth being loved from afar. That's right, I said it. It is okay to love people who you can't deal with in a positive way from afar. Drop it down in the comment section. Let's talk about it. How many of you have changed in the way you think, in the way you talk about yourself in order for your life to start going in a more positive direction? And until next time, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a blessed and prosperous week. Thank you so much for watching.